So then you started SRC Records. Was there artists associated with SRC?
When I shopped the deal?
No, when you actually got the deal with Universal?
No.
Nobody.
I was shopping this one artist. Actually, there were two. This artist named Granddaddy South, who I brought with me from Laos. Yeah. He had a record called Fuck the Law.
Yeah, from Florida, right?
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah.
And then this kid out of Detroit called Ricochet.
Okay, him I'm not familiar with.
No, he was a quick hit and gone.
Okay. So you sign, so you get the deal at Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and this is where you and I eventually meet. At what point does Akon come around?
Right away.
Right away. This is Divine brought him to you?
Kenny Burns introduced me to Divine.
Okay. He brings you Akon. Did you get it right away or not?
I got it right away.
Really?
I got it right away so bad that we sign him, the year's over, we come back from holiday, and Universal's having their like first of the year meetings. Mm-hmm. What are the priorities for the year? So I say I found something that would be the biggest artist of my career. They said bigger than Wu-Tang. I said bigger than Wu-Tang. And they all laughed in my face.
Right.
So I said, fuck you. I walk out the door. This is, as the meeting's going on. I grabbed Gabi, and his wife was pregnant with their first child at the time. I said, you go this way, I'm going to go this way. And as soon as Nat goes into labor, I'll get you a plane, wherever you are, you go home, you have 72 hours, and we're back on the road. He took Akon, I took Akon's brother Boo. There was no video, there was nothing.
Right, Locked Up was the first single.
Locked Up. And Boo, we said was Akon, and Akon was Akon. So nobody knew what Akon looked like yet.
Because they kind of look alike.
So we just went on the road.
Wait, so Boo was...
I made believe Boo was Akon.
So Boo was performing Locked Up?
Yeah, for these radio shows. And then...
Was he actually singing or just lip-syncing?
Lip-singing.
This is crazy. I've never heard this before. So from what I heard, and I think maybe you even told me this, was that Akon was on the road for a year and a half until Locked Up picked up.
A little less, but yeah.
Long time.
He grinded. It was like a rap record. It's like
Right, and that was the thing that you were known for, is that if you believed in something, you would keep pushing it even though other people didn't get it.
I mean, they questioned my ego. So it was like, fuck you, I'm out. And I didn't ask them for a fucking penny. And me and God did what we had to do.
So you were spending your own money pretty much?
Yeah.
Locked Up picks up.
And the rest is history.
The album goes,
The first album, I think, does 3 million.
3 million.
And we're on a decline now, too.
Right, because people aren't buying albums.
Yeah.
Okay. So Akon's first album does 3 million. His second album, that was with Smack That?
Smack
with
That,
Eminem?
I Wanna Fuck You, Don't Matter.
Does
Mama Africa.
Millions?
I want to say 7.
7 million. Okay, so at this point, Akon is through the roof.
He's so through the roof. Clive Davis has these pre-Grammy party.
Yeah.
We had the front table.
You at the front table. Okay. Now, at one point, you meet Scooter Braun.
Yep.
And you actually offer Scooter Braun your job?
Yeah.
You want Scooter Braun to run SRC. Why?
I meet him in Atlanta, and he just blew me away.
In terms of what?
His smartness. Just like...
He got it.
He got it, and he reminded me of a young me.
Okay. And he had Asher Roth.
Asher Roth. But he didn't even know. When I first met him, he wasn't even pitching Asher Roth.
He had nobody.
He had nobody. I was like, I think he was just done working for Jermaine.
Jermaine Dupri, right.
So I bring him, and I'm calling him every day. I'm like, I want you to be president. Gabi was president. Just run this fucking company and let me do what I do. You have carte blanche to do whatever the fuck you want to do. He calls me up. He goes, I got an artist for you. I just wanted him in New York. So I forgot that I flew him up. So he brings that. I'm like running. You remember what the bathroom was like? Yeah. I'm going to take a piss, and I'm like, what are you doing here? He goes, you flew me here. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But I'm like, all right, meet me in the office, right? I go, but I'm with him. I'm like, who's that? He goes, this is the reason why you flew me here. Like, I forgot, I just wanted Scooter to come to New York so I could try and close him to run the company.
Okay.
And it was Asher,
So Asher Ross signs to SRC.
Yeah.
I Love College comes out. It does
3 million singles.
3 million singles. The album comes out, does
300,000. Does decent.
Does decent. And then then Scooter Braun
becomes
signs
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. I remember being at SRC and he's like, "Yo, can you post this video of Justin Bieber?" And I'm like, "This guy can't sing." And he's like, "I disagree with you, but whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll post it anyways because we're all part of the same team." I didn't see it. Justin Bieber becomes
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
And Scooter becomes Scooter.
Did you have a chance to sign Justin Bieber?
I don't think so.
Okay, because Usher was involved at this point, and
I think it was Usher, and it was a pop thing, and just it would have been a fucking.
It wasn't a good match.
Yeah.
Right, because SRC had Melanie Fiona,
Chantel. Well, I had Pop Records. Chantel sold a shitload of singles.
Singles, yeah.
And then Akon had #1 pop records. Joe, we had Lean Back, my first #1 pop record.
So, you're at SRC. Melanie Fiona's doing pretty good.
More than pretty good.
More than pretty good?
Yes.
I mean, did her album do really well?
Her album did 400,000.
400,000. Okay, and at that point,
that's a shitload of record.
Chantel's selling a lot of singles. Akon's through the roof. But Akon's third album doesn't come out.
It comes out. The fourth album doesn't come out.
Okay, the fourth album. Yeah, the fourth album doesn't come out. And I remember we're all waiting for the fourth album. We're waiting.
I spent $500,000. We did a presentation for all the Universal executives around the world to hear the record.
But it never comes out.
Never comes out. And then management changes, not artist management, Universal management changes. And
right, because Doug Morris goes to Sony and
Lucien comes.
And then the president of Sony comes to Universal.
No, president of Lucien Grange, who was head of international for Universal, comes to the States.
And he heads up Universal.
And they tried to lock me up for 3 years. And I was just newly divorced, so I did the deal, knowing I should probably went with Doug.
You were actually going to go to Sony with Doug?
Yeah. I wanted to. And then, they bring in a whole bunch of new people, and I decide to sell the company.
So you sell SRC to Universal. For a lot?
Not a lot, but
a nice chunk.
A nice chunk.
Yeah, and at that point, Vlad TV is still.
You're still at Universal.
SRC. I'm still at Universal, but with SRC shutting down, I have to go get my own office space. We amicably part ways, and the rest is history. Do you regret anything?
I regret one thing.
What's that?
I started Cornerstone Promotions with Rob Stone.
I had no idea. You did that, okay.
So Rob and Rich were fighting, and me and Rich are childhood best friends.
Yeah.
I thought both of them were going to make up just because of me, and they're cool. It wasn't like fuck you. And I should have jumped in earlier. That was my ego, and that was a tremendous mistake.
But when you look at the legacy, Wu-Tang Clan, Mobb Deep, 3 6 Mafia, Akon, the Alcoholics, David Banner, right? Melanie Fiona. So, and then when you talk about the family tree, Scooter Braun, which is Justin Bieber, and who he manages Kanye now, Vlad TV,
even Lady Gaga through Akon.
Lady Gaga was through Akon. Vlad TV got its, was already starting, but really established itself at SRC. Gabi went on to manage French Montana. Rich Isaacson.
Rich is managing one of the biggest artists in the world.
Right, which is?
Mika,
right, the pop artist. It's quite a legacy. It's quite a legacy. You could definitely, and this is something you started out of your own head.
Exactly.
Very impressive. And now your new project is
Wave. It's a live stream app that we're just going to focus on hip hop music and some dance music.
Okay. You want to talk about what that is?
Not yet. I want part 2. let this thing launch.
Yeah.
I'll give you the exclusive.